Hello everyone, Daisy here again with another Quilters vibe layout. So today we are doing this lovely heart quilt for Valentine's Day. Well, it's not for Valentine's Day, but it was kind of inspired by it. And this month was picked by Sara. And so I decided to use up some of my stash, which has been kind of a theme going on for me. And I'm using a ribbon. Like, I have a ton of ribbon. Well, not a ton, but I have a tin full of ribbon, and I very rarely use it, and I don't like most of it, so I should just really get rid of it, right? Well, in this layout, I am going to be using a bunch of ribbon that I actually don't like, but they work really well together. So back in the day, I used to belong to a bunch of swap groups on scrapbook.com, and so ribbon was commonly one thing that everybody would send you. Excuse me. So I have a lot of brown ribbon, and I'm not a very big fan of brown. I'm saying that, and in the video I'm wearing a brown sweater, but yeah, I'm just not a fan of brown. But anyhow, I have these floral ribbons that have brown and pink together, and I like that combination, so I decided to just freehand cut out a heart, and then I'm just layering up this ribbon and kind of mimicking the heart, because the heart in the inspiration piece is a bunch of little, pieced together pieces. I'm not offsetting them or anything, because I don't know, the day I was doing this, my brain just couldn't figure it out. So I'm just doing strips of ribbon across the heart. And I'm trying to alternate the different pinks and the browns and make sure that I have all of the colors represented in all the pieces of the hearts. And I'm just using this tape, and this is some tape from Scrapbook Adhesives, and it's just a really strong double-sided tape. It's the only double-sided tape I have. Usually I use, tape, my ATG or tape guns or liquid adhesive. But a lot of these ribbons are see-through, and I didn't want to use my liquid adhesive because you can always see that line of where you adhered it down. So I thought I'd give this a try, and it works really well. I should have put a little bit more overlapping the edge so that when I folded the ends of the ribbon over, it would stick it down and hold the back side, but I do come up with a solution for that as well. So I keep all my ribbon, well, not all, but if I have little strips of ribbon that aren't on a spool, I keep them on wooden clothespins, and then I use some straight pins to kind of keep the ribbon from unrolling, I guess, off the clothespin. And then I have them in my tin. So I collect like vintage-ish tins. And right now I have them in a Cadbury one that looks like a double-decker bus, and they fit really well, and so I just keep them in there. So then I'm going to go off screen and try to figure out what I want to back this heart with, or what my background's going to be. So I pull out this paper, and this is by Jelly Bean Soup, and it's perfect. I love the color. It goes super well with my heart. It matches the inspiration piece really well, so I decided that that's definitely the way I have to go. And then I stitched around the outside edge of my heart using a zigzag stitch and some gold thread. And I decided that I wanted to do something more with the heart, and so I pulled out some tissue paper, and I'm just going to do this kind of pleated fold around the edge of the heart. I felt like it made it, well, first of all, it kind of reminded me of like Valentines we used to make in school. Like, I feel like we used to do something similar to this with like crepe paper. or something like that. So it made me, like, I don't know, it made it feel like a Valentine to me. And this is not a Valentine's layout, so, but anyway, and it also helped it stand off that background a little bit, since I am using a lot of browns on the heart. I just wanted that extra little layer of separation. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop the heart up on some fun foam. And I really love how that turned out. I was doing my thinking fingers there because I wasn't 100% sure. I thought maybe I made it too big, but I really like the way it turned out. So I'm just cutting down this fun foam. And so if you watch Christy's videos, she is, well, I'm just going to say it. She is stingy with her foam adhesive. She uses craft foam as well, and she uses like little tiny pieces. And I can't do that. Like, I have to use, for this heart, like the entire heart has to be backed. And for me, it's because I have gone back in my albums and I have seen a couple of like photos where I only put like the 4 squares in the corners of the photos, and then the center has collapsed a little bit. And I don't want that to happen, and so I just go way overboard, but to each their own, right? So I cut this, you can see that handsome word. That is cut out of some brown glitter paper that I have. It is a Paper Studio brand paper, and I just cut it out on my silhouette. And then I'm using some of these thickers here. They're gold, and just putting the hello, so the title's Hello Handsome. And you couldn't read the handsome anywhere, like, except for if it was on that white strip, so that worked out really well. And then I added some sequins. I added some of the wood green ones, and also Spiegel Mom Scraps has started carrying some wood veneers, so I pulled out the hearts because, you know, this is a heart layout. And then I also added some of the metallic mix, just the gold one. They have matte gold ones and they're beautiful. The photo is of my son when he was getting ready for his DECA presentation, and the colors just really worked with what I had in this layout, so that's what I went with. And then I'm just going to put this little journaling card behind it, and then that's pretty much it. So I want to thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, head on over and check out Sara and Christy's takes, and I will see you again next time. Bye!